Hi guys, it's Barnaby here for Spurred On, and I'm with Craig Vi again for another Youth Watch. Craig, how are you?
Yeah, on it like a car bonnet.
On it like a car bonnet, very good. Okay, so it's been this is part one of Youth Watch. It's been a mixed week for the under categories, as I like to call them. Talk to us about the under 21s against Man City first.
Yeah, very good game actually. Real end-to-end match. It ended 3-3. It was exactly the same result in the same fixture last season, so quite evenly matched teams here. There were some really good performances throughout. The goals came from Kenny McAvoy, Baby Bale, from Ismail Azawi, and from Christian Magoma as well. With the goal.
Okay, so Kenneth McAvoy, check out his Twitter. He only ever tweets about his wife. He is completely infatuated with his own wife. It's very unfootballer-like, I'd say.
Strange man.
But anyway, so he got a goal, and I saw a lot of buzz about that game. So, were there any was it all just the youth guys playing in the under-21s, or were there any kind of players trying to regain fitness coming back for Spurs or City? Or
No, it was pretty much all of the under-21s, yeah. The performances throughout were actually quite good. I think actually we should have come away with all 3 points.
Okay.
We were left kind of ruining a few missed chances and also a few defensive mistakes. Magoma, who came up with the goal right in the dying minutes on the 90th minute, actually was atoning for an earlier mistake that he had made to let in, I think it was Garcia for City.
But you were saying to me last week you rate Magoma. I
do rate Magoma, yeah. Well, I think he's got all the attributes that you need to be a centre-half nowadays. He's very tall, he's very athletic, and I think it's all there. He's obviously got a bit of a way to go before he's sort of knocking on the door.
But behind Carter Vickers, you think, in the overall pecking order?
Well, who isn't behind Carter Vickers? I mean, again, the guy was absolute class.
Yeah.
And he's just faultless. He's amazing. A beast.
All right, so then not so good for the under-20s. They lost more recently against Barnet.
They did. And we have to kind of put in a caveat here with this one, in that there were a lot of young players. It was a very, very young team. It was kind of made up mainly of the first-year scholars. So from the sort of under-18s category, really, and they struggled. And I kind of get the feeling that both McDermott and Ekiog, the development coaches, were probably thinking that this is the type of match that these players needed at this point in their development.
Sure.
Something really physical against a really strong, hard team like Barnet, and that's exactly what they came up against. They lost 4-2. It could have been worse, actually. Harry Voss, who plays in goal, made some excellent saves. Okay. So it could have been a bit more embarrassing. But all in all, a good test for the boys.
Good test. And then the under-18s, they got a draw against West Ham.
They did, yeah, away against West Ham. Again, this was another. It kind of mirrored the under-21s game against City, in that we really kind of grew into the game. And West Ham scored first. We then grew into the game, particularly in the second half. We scored just before half-time, but then particularly in the second half, we looked the much better team and probably should have come away with all 3 points. Marcus Edwards, in and out throughout the match. He popped up with a few moments of brilliance. I think Charlie Owens was probably our best player during that match, but there were some good signs there.
Look out for him. We're still confident about Marcus Edwards and his afro, though. He's one of the great hopes.
Big time.
And then in our best news of the week, the under-15s won a tournament out in Singapore.
They did. It's called the Lion City Cup.
Yeah.
It's an invitational tournament. They play it every year. I think this is the 26th year that they've been playing it. There are only 4 teams in the event, but it's
still got to win.
Yeah, and it's under 15s. These are young boys. It's probably their first experience going for a major tournament abroad. Liverpool were also playing.
Always good to beat them.
Indeed, a slightly younger team than ours, but we beat Liverpool in the final, and it's Singapore under 15s and under 16s. But I think, from all accounts, they had a great experience, and it was fantastic.
Singapore as well, renowned for their under 15 and under 16 teams, aren't they? So some of the world's best under 16-year-olds. Okay, so that's the end of part 1 of today's Youth Watch. We're going to do a part 2. Keep an eye out for that, where we're going to talk about our loanees, all the players who we've got who are out on loan at the moment. So let us know what you thought of this week's Youth Watch in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel on YouTube and follow us on Twitter @SpurredOnTV, and we'll see you on part 2. Hi guys, Barnaby here with Craig Vi for part 2 of this week's Youth Watch.